I'll cut the first bit off and everything. Right. Hi, I'm Rayner, and I'm going to be teaching my friend some very basic yoga poses. Like the students I hope to get at the church hall, my friend Katie's a complete beginner. I'm just going to teach her some very, very basic yoga postures. Right, so first of all, Katie, so could you just stand with your feet together, maybe facing the TV? Yeah, so look down at your toes and make sure they're completely in line and that they're together as well. That's right. And then try to spread your toes out if possible. And then good. So this is the mountain pose, and you just roll your shoulders back slightly and then relax them down. Now, the most important thing about yoga is the breathing. So you're going to start focusing on your breath first of all. Now, when I do the yoga breathing, I breathe for 6 seconds in and 6 seconds out, but it's completely different for everyone. Some people might breathe in for 3 seconds in and 3 seconds out. Some people may breathe in for 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out, but it's like an ocean breath. So that's the most important thing about hatha yoga, iyengar yoga, vinyasa yoga, those kinds of hatha yoga. And the aim is to keep breathing in the same rhythm from the start all the way until when you lie down in savasana at the end for the last 10 minutes. And only in savasana do you bring back your normal kind of breathing. So this is quite unusual for some people, breathing in this way, but you get used to it with time. Okay, so just imagine that your weight is spread evenly on both feet, through both soles of your feet, at the front and at the back. And then keep breathing slowly and just relax your shoulders. This is the mountain pose. Right, now I'm going to show you warrior 2. Okay, so the sound might not be so great when I go away from the microphone. I'm just going to leave the microphone here. So with warrior 2, what you can do is you can step both feet out and look down at your toes and make sure that the insides of your feet are completely parallel. That's good. And then you move your right foot in a little tiny bit, swiveling on your heel. That's right. And then your left foot, you're going to point it at this wall. And then, because you're quite tall, you're very tall, your legs are definitely going to need to go further apart. So you can just slide, if possible, just slide that foot along a little bit. That's right. Okay. And then yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect. That's really good. Okay, and now bring your hips facing me. Okay, and is that okay? Yeah. Does that feel all right? Okay, and then you're going to breathe in and bring your hands up parallel to the floor. When you breathe out, relax your shoulders, and then you breathe in. And the next time you breathe out, you're going to bend that left knee into a 90-degree angle. Okay, I'm not going to leave you here too long. Your legs are perfect. I'm going to bring this shoulder up, and then your torso straight. That's it, your hips straight. Perfect. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus, 3 hippopotamus. Breathing in, stretch that leg again. And then when you breathe out, just release your arms, because when you're a beginner, it gets quite tiring on the arms. And then swivel that foot so the toes are pointing forwards again. That's perfect. Okay, now that foot is going to come in a tiny, tiny little bit, swiveling on your heel. And then your other foot is going to swivel on the heel and face the window. That's good. And then your hips are going to face me very gently. Is that okay? Okay, and then breathing in, bring your arms up. Next time you breathe out, relax your shoulders. And then you need to breathe in between. And the next time you breathe out, you'll bend that knee to a 90-degree angle. Yeah, and your hips must try to face me. That's good, okay. Can you bend that a little bit more? Right, and hips facing me. And bring this up a little bit. 1 hippopotamus, 2 hippopotamus, 3 hippopotamus. And then breathing in, straighten that. And then you can breathe out, release your hands, and then you will bring your foot back in position, and other foot. And now what we're going to do, we're going to step back into mountain pose. Okay? So, in Iyengar yoga, mountain pose is really, really important to do between each of the standing postures. That is when your body has time to come back together again. Your left and right side of your body can come back together again. And yeah, the insides of the feet are together. That's really good, Katie. And then trying to spread your toes out a little bit. That's good. And then breathe the energy up from the earth, up your legs, tightening your leg muscles, and so they're really strong like the earth. And while you're doing that, you continue that special breath, the ocean breath. Good. And if it's possible to close your eyes while you're breathing and focusing on your breath, just listen to your body and feel how different does your body feel compared to the first time you stood in the mountain pose. Maybe the energy shifted. Maybe it's maybe you're more balanced in some places. Maybe your legs are stronger. The warrior poses concentrate on really strengthening your legs. They're really kind of earthy, grounding postures. And now we're going to follow a strengthening posture with a stretching posture. Okay, so I'm going to go and see Katie again and show her how to do it. That's really good. So, next, what you're going to do is you're going to step your legs out again. That's right. And you're going to bring your toes in ever so a little bit. Now, if you look carefully at your toes, you can see that this toe is probably a centimetre or two more in front than that toe. And in yoga, it's really, really important. Yes, that's a really good idea. You can measure it that way. And just bring your toes in ever so slightly, like that, a little bit pigeon-toed. That's right. And then you put your hands on your hips. And don't forget the breathing. I love the sound of your breathing. It sounds like the ocean breath, which is really good. And then before we do this forward bend, just make sure that your muscles in your legs are really pulled up. Yeah, just your toe, but your toes, I'm afraid, they need to come in a little bit. Yeah, otherwise you could hurt your hips. That's right. Yeah. So I'll just show on the camera. You don't want your feet coming out like this when you do a forward bend. You want your toes to come in a little bit, and they must be aligned as well. That's brilliant. Okay, so we've got the base. The base is very important. And then the next time you breathe out, you will bend, but make sure to breathe in first. And when you breathe out, straight legs, strong legs, bend over like this, and see how far you can go. Keeping your bottom strong and your legs strong. And then your hands can come down and hold your calves. And keep breathing and relax your neck here. Let it dangle. Keep breathing slowly. Now some people will be able to hold this for longer than others in the class. So when you've had enough, you do not want to feel any pain. When you've had enough and you breathe in, you lead with the back of your head coming up first, strong legs, and you unfold and come back up again. So the next time you breathe out, hands on hips, sorry. Yeah, breathing in. And then we're going to step our feet back together into the mountain again. Okay, so Katie's just done a big stretching exercise after the strengthening one. Now she's breathing really, really well. I can hear that ocean breath. She's really concentrate. She's really focused on her breathing, which I'm so pleased, because lots of people, they struggle and then they stop breathing or breathe quickly and then slowly. So this is perfect. And now Katie, if you make sure to put your feet together, please, in the mountain pose. There we go. A little bit strict, because this is Iyengar I'm teaching, and Iyengar yoga is very, very strict on how you position the posture. It's really, really strict on that. That's why I was making sure that when she did her forward bends, her toes were in a little bit and everything. But this is very good. And as you can see, Katie's actually already got a really good posture. She's obviously does lots of exercise already on her own. You can see her back is really, really straight, and your head positioning is perfect. It's really good. Like, it's not going too up or your chin's not tilted too down. It's perfect. But now just close your eyes, Katie, and focus on your breath, your slow ocean breath. I mean, I quite often I count when I breathe, but you don't really have to. It just becomes natural after a while. And when you do yoga and you start the breathing, it really puts you in that space. The breath is the most important element in yoga, because the breath is the prana. That's the energy that goes through you. And when your breathing is slow and the inhalation is as long as the exhalation, it's just really, really good for your entire nervous system, and it really balances the energy in you. It balances the yin and the yang, the male and female energy, the sun and the moon. That's really good. And then just reflect on how different does your body feel after those two simple postures. Yoga doesn't have to be complicated. Two simple postures. Some of the core postures, just feeling the energy around you. And so the mountain pose is very good to do in between each posture. Give your body time to rebalance itself. And another really, really important thing about doing yoga, sorry, I should have said this before you started, Katie, and I'll make sure in my class to say this before everyone starts when they're doing their breathing, is you don't want to feel pain. If anything feels unnatural, don't do it. Stay in the mountain pose. You don't have to do what the teacher says. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. You must listen to your body, and it's not a competition. So in my in my classes, there will be people with different levels. Some people will be better than others at twisting. Some people will be better than others at bending over. Some people will be better than others at balancing on one foot. It's never, never, never a competition, and you don't ever want to compare yourself to other people when you do yoga. It's about you. It's about self-love. Excellent. So now I think what we can do is a sitting posture in the simple cross-legged position, Katie. So open your eyes, and of course only sit cross-legged if that's comfortable. There will always be other options for different people with different strengths and weaknesses. So people can kneel, or if we can find some chairs, even sit on a chair. Okay, so I think what we're going to do now is a simple twist. Now, it's not as simple as it sounds, because there's lots of things you have to think about when you do this, such as having a straight spine and releasing any tension in your stomach. But I'll come and show Katie how to do that, okay? So, how would it feel for you to put one foot on top of the other, sit in the half lotus? Is that okay?
Yeah, I can do both.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, let's just do one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the spinal twist. I'll show you first. So the back of it will be different for you because you're we've both. Is that your right leg? Oh no, that's your left leg.
Don't even right.
Sorry, it's my fault. Yeah, we'll be sitting. We'll be twisting in different directions. Yeah. So I guess you can start by putting the back of your right hand on the outside of your, oh sorry, the back of your other hand there, that's right. Oh, we've got the same ones, yeah. Right, we're going to be twisting in different directions, but I'll show you first what I'm going to do. So what I do is I breathe in, don't copy me yet, and then I'm going to breathe out, and I'm going to twist around, and this hand is just here, like that. My fingertips are here. So what I will do is I will breathe out through my nose, and you can either close your eyes or you look over your shoulder. But what you need to do is make sure your tummy there's no tension in your tummy, and also make sure that the bottom of your back is just straight. It's just straight, and you can imagine there's an invisible line which is level with your eyes around the room. So when you breathe out, you follow that invisible line. So let's do it together. So first of all, we face the front, we breathe in, and then when we breathe out through our nose, follow that invisible line, look over your shoulder. Releasing tension in your stomach. And we're going to keep our body here, but just twist our head back, breathing in. And then the next time you breathe out, your body follows. Excellent. Now, I don't know how you will feel about this, but do you think you can bend forwards? That's great. So however, it could be here or it could be lower, but yeah, we want to keep your back straight. Oh, you're very flexible. Okay, and then just tip your chin down a bit, and you'll just hold it there. Well, don't hold your breath, just breathing, ocean breath. And then the next time you breathe in, you come up again. And then we're going to change legs. So this time the left foot on top. That's it, and then we'll do it again together. So the back of your right hand against the top of your left knee, and then your left fingertips behind you, and make sure your back is not arched too much this way, so we just release any tension in our back so it's nice and straight and grounded into the earth. And then first of all you breathe in, and when you breathe out you twist around. That's good. And yeah, that's really good. Just tilt your chin a little tiny. Yes, perfect. And then when you breathe in, only bring your head around, first of all. And then when you breathe out, the rest of your body follows. And the next time you breathe in, you might feel a little unwinding in your spine. And then the next time you breathe out, coming down as far as is comfortable. Sometimes it's better to have a straight back and not go so far, rather than having a really hunched back and going really far. That's perfect. And then breathing in, you can, with your little fingers, you can walk yourself back up. That's right. And then hands on your knees. Excellent. Okay, so there's a twist. Would that be okay for you, maybe? Is that enough for you, or would you like another posture? Another posture? Okay, cool. I definitely know which one I'm going to do now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to lie on our backs with our knees bent. Now this may be the posture you did in Pilates that you were unsure about. I'm going to come and check you out. So Katie's feet are too close together, so we're going to bring your feet, that's perfect, yeah, like square with your hips. And can you bring your heels closer to your butt? That's good. And then we make sure that your toes are pointing in ever so slightly. So maybe this foot points out. Perfect. So that's a lovely square. It's a square. It's the base. You're grounded. it's like almost like the symbol for earth, a square in the chakra system, so that your feet are grounded to the earth. This is a very grounding one. And what you are going to do is, that's good, you're in it, right. What you are going to do, I'll tell you first, is when you breathe in, your hips, you're very, very slowly going to unpeel the bottom of your spine off the yoga mat, like this, and your hips are going to very slowly come up, yeah, but only as far as you can go. You can go this far, you can go a bit further, it depends on you really, but the most important thing is you don't want your knees to go out and you don't want your knees to go together. You want your knees to stay in line with your feet, very like a rectangle, I guess you could say. So yeah, we come up. And can you link your fingers under your bottom and press the outsides of your hands against the floor? And then when you've had enough, you detach your fingers, and then as you breathe out, you roll your spine slowly back onto the carpet and you ground your spine when you're in your own time. Everyone's going to be different with this one. And then you can wait in this neutral posture if you like, or you can do it again. So as you breathe in very slowly, your spine comes up, you link your fingers underneath and clench your buttocks. Make sure your buttocks are really strong. And then when you're ready, unwind your fingers, settle your hands by your sides, and as you breathe out, you come back down again. That's really good, like the ocean. I'm going to, okay, so the next time you do it, I'm just going to watch you. I should have watched the second time, really. Good. Now your knees, can you squeeze your knees closer? That's better, that's better. Yeah, they're not splaying out now. Very good. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, make your knees come together a bit more. That's it. And when you're ready, okay, so what we'll do now is, if this feels okay, hug your knees into your chest and breathe slowly. And completely relax the bottom of your back so it melts into the floor. Completely relax all of your insides. As you see, this posture that Katie's doing is really, really replenishing, and it's very similar to the child's posture, which is on your front, but this one's on your back instead. And this posture is really good at letting go of tension in your back, letting go of tension in your stomach area and your abdomen. Basically letting go of tension. It's a really, really good posture. Really replenishing and grounding. Yeah, it's quite a healing posture if you spend a lot of time kind of in the clouds, if you know what I mean. Some people, they need more grounding than others. I'm one of those people. And now I think we can finish with Savasana. I know it's not been a very long class, but even just doing the few basic postures is really good. So yeah, just straighten your legs. That's right. Good. And then hands by your side and your palms facing up. That's right. And just readjusting yourself here and there to make sure you're really, really comfortable. And yeah, well done, Katie. You've done really well with the breathing, especially. I mean, I could hear you. I can hear your slow breathing throughout the class. So that's actually really, really impressive for a complete beginner. But now you're just gonna unwind, and your breathing can go back to normal now if you like, unless you prefer the ocean type of breath. And every time you exhale, sink into the floor. Every single part of your body and your head which touches the floor can relax more and more on every exhalation. This posture is called Savasana, and it means the corpse pose. I know that sounds a bit dark, but it's not really dark at all. The corpse pose is really, really important at the end of a yoga session. And the reasons why it's important is because sometimes when you do yoga, your body, especially if you're a beginner, your body might not be used to certain movements. And let's say you did injure yourself slightly, and I'm praying and crossing my fingers that that will never happen. But let's say that you do. If you lie in Savasana for 10 minutes, it gives your body time to readjust. Another a good thing about Savasana is that it's really, really healing. I know it sounds a bit strange, but just lying down for 10 minutes every day and completely relaxing in this posture is very, very balancing. It helps to balance you out. And it's your time. It's your time to focus on you and focus on relaxation and just letting any worries about the past or the present or the future, just letting them go, really. This is much, much more important. I mean, if you're already secure, you have all the basics in your life, then that's perfect. And there's no need for the anxieties which come along with making wishes about the future, because now is important. And well done you for giving yourself this time to focus on you and to try and love yourself. And well done for calming your monkey mind. Everyone, well, maybe the most trained monks don't have monkey minds, but I mean, I do yoga, but I still have a monkey mind when I'm not doing it. But that's another reason to do yoga every day, just to calm that monkey mind, that constant jabber about things that may not necessarily be so important, about scenarios the mind has created. Okay, I didn't time that, but I think it may have been about 10 minutes. When I teach in the church hall, I'll have a clock, so I'll be able to time it. But I'll always make sure that Savasana is at least 10 minutes long, because that's how long your body needs to heal in that position. But coming out of Savasana, just wiggle your fingers first. This is really important when you come out. Wiggle your fingers and toes. And if you like, you can stretch your arms overhead and have a big yawn. That's what I do. I go, whoa. Excellent. But yeah, remaining with your back on the ground, hug your knees. That's right. And just settle there for a few seconds. It's really important to come out of Savasana really, really carefully and slowly. And just like when you get up for bed in the morning, really, it's much better if you get up very carefully. And then roll over to, I'm afraid you'll have to roll over to your left because the sofa's behind you. But usually I'd say whatever side is most natural, like in the kind of baby position. And then just when you're ready, push yourself up. There we go, into a sitting position, and just place your palms together at your heart, and say, "Thank you, Katie, thank yourself for." So how would you say it? Yeah, you'd say thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Katie, for giving myself this time to love myself.
Thank you, Rayner.
Oh, you are welcome. Thank you for being a wonderful beginner student and being up for letting me video you. Thank you so much for that. Okay. I hope you enjoyed my little half an hour lesson, and I really hope that you can become one of my students. If you do become one of my students, we can correspond via WhatsApp or probably WhatsApp's better, or text message, so I can know about any problems you might have physically, any strengths and weaknesses, so we can tailor the class for you. There'll never be more than 7 students per class, so I'm really hoping I can give each of my students enough attention so that they can heal themselves and not get hurt. Okay. Light and love.